So, funny story. I fucked up. This product that I'm finishing right now, it was supposed to be done last Friday. I made the product, everything except the fragrance. I went back and I checked how many orders we needed to ship. I went ahead and put in those shipment labels so that we could just like knock that out immediately. And then I get up and I go and I can't find the fragrance. The palm grease extra greasy. Where did it go? I don't know. But we have one more day. I can order some and pick it up tomorrow. Okay. So 6-hour drive to Ohio. That's the only option. If I want these palm greases out in a reasonable amount of time, there's no other option but to get in my car and drive the 6-hour round trip down to Independence, Ohio. This past week, I've been training 2 new people who are supposed to be coming into work. Now, they're understanding, but nobody wants to really be, that disorganized on their first week. I luckily have been gifted with 2 people who are fantastic and who I was able to trust enough to leave here by themselves so that I was able to leave at 1. Okay. Now the store closes at 4. Am I pushing it? Yes. But I know for a fact that if I do not get this fragrance here and back and like try and get it out by like Saturday, like people have just been waiting too fucking long and I don't want to deal with that. Like not even people yelling at me. I just don't want people like waiting that long. That's it sits on my soul and I don't fucking like it. Okay. So I drive. The drive ends up being 4.5 hours. Luckily they left the package outside. Luckily. And I was able to get it and bring it back to Michigan. I was very tired when I got back. I was literally like falling asleep. And like the last bit of minutes coming back, I had to pull over for a minute to like pull myself back together. And when I got home, I have no recollection of what happened to the box. I want to repeat that again. Because I was so tired from driving the 6 hours, or what ended up being 8 hour round trip. I don't remember where I put that box. So now it's Sunday and I'm looking. I spend all day looking all over the house and I can't find it. But I drove 8 hours to Ohio to get that box. I know it's here. I don't find it. I spent 4 hours looking on Sunday and I could not find it. If you know me, and as I talked about not being able to complete these orders sitting rough on my spirit, not being able to complete this task has put my mind into a state of absolute terror and tumult. I love Big Emo. It's to the point where like, I really didn't sleep last night, even though the problem was solved, and we'll get to the solution in a bit. 4 hours looking Sunday. I don't find it. So rather than ripping my hair out from the root, I decide to pause and I'll look again on Monday. So I complete the work day. My 2 wonderful workers come in. We do a ton of work. We get a ton of stuff done. They get in at 10. And I'm hoping that at some point between 10 and the time they leave at 3, that I'll be able to locate this box and then I'll be able to get it out and then drop it off at the post office for you guys. Or for the customers at least. I don't find it. The box that I drove 8 hours from Detroit to Independence, Ohio and back in one day to ensure that I completed these orders by Saturday. I cannot find it on Monday. I'm so thankful for my new medication. I feel like I would have gone absolutely insane from the level of stress that sent jolting through the entirety of my body. And I'm sitting there at 5, 2 hours after they leave on Monday. No luck. So I take another break. You cannot just infinitely look for it. That's one thing I've learned. As a person with ADHD, I can't just keep looking for things that I've lost. I need to clean up. I need to organize. I need to do something. I need to pause. I need to go smoke a blunt. I need to do something. I need to stop looking for it if I'm freaking out. I went outside. I prayed. Talked to my neighbor for like an hour. Very nice guy. Very handsome. I come back inside and I strategically go through every single Floor, room, cabinet, house, box, under thing, behind thing, covered thing in the entire house. Unless that box came with an internal invisibility cloak, that box is not here. The box that I drove 8 hours round trip from Detroit to Independence, Ohio, pickup that I put in my van that I drove back with, but can't remember what happened. So it's at this point that I try to remember literally anything, because there's very few options left at this point. And the best thing that I can come to, because it's the most like me, is that I had my bag in the hand. I had the box in the hand. I had my keys in my hand. I set the box down. I went inside and I fucking forgot that box on my car. And someone walked up and walked away with it. Now, living in Detroit, that might seem like, yeah, you live in Detroit, that's normal. Actually, no, that would be abnormal. Porch pirates aren't really a thing here. There might be like traveling bands of them, but just like on the average day, I've never had a package stolen. I've had Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon packages left on my porch without an issue. And for this blank box to just be stolen doesn't make sense. The other thought I had was maybe when I was tired, I didn't lock the van. Maybe I didn't bring it in. I didn't lock the van. My bike, my $1,200 bike is still in the van. My Pixel 7 Pro is still in. My Tamagotchi is still in the van. Now, admittedly, a Tamagotchi, not the most valuable thing. If somebody is stealing things from a car, they're probably going to take anything electronic, whatever. Nothing else is missing from the car. So where is it? It's now 11 p.m. on Monday night. This is 4 days after this entire thing started. And I'm sitting over there in the living room and I'm realizing, oh shit, I'm going to have to drive back to Ohio. I don't think I have another option. And out of desperation, I'm just like scanning the room, still hoping for it. And I look down and there's a bin inside of one more bin that has shelf dividers from our product shelves. And I see a bottle with a black lid, a brown amber glass bottle that looks a lot like our fragrance bottle. I pause, tilt my head a bit, I look at the label, and my brain refused to read what was on the label. It looked like hieroglyphics. I had to pick it up and bring it close to my face. It was the bottle that I originally brought back from South Carolina, which means that I never needed to drive the 8 hours to Ohio. I have to be honest with you, I have never been so grateful in my entire ADHD fucked me. The bottle was there because I was moving from South Carolina to Michigan, and right before I left, I wanted to make a bunch of the most popular products, and the last thing I made was palm grease extra greasy. It's a very popular product. I made the 4 ounces. We already had 16 ounces. We ran out of 16 ounces. That's what we need right now. And all this is to say that the jars will be out today. Sometimes people ask me, what is it like to run a business, do all of this stuff when you have, they don't say mental disabilities, they say like when you have autism, ADHD, whatever. Those are mental disabilities. The answer to that question is, I absolutely fucking love my job. Dramatis in that statement, because clearly I'm doing fine enough. But that doesn't stop those moments of like deep shame where you just fuck something up and there's nothing to do about it. And that's why when I found the bottle, the only thing I could feel was gratitude. But I feel like I've talked long enough. I need to get these jars out. The mail lady will be here soon. Thank you so much for watching. Jerome Stewart Nichols, Mr. Butters. I'll see you next time. Maybe we learned something. Maybe you were entertained.